Wake up,
So, lots and lots going on, as you guys know, and the plot thickens. And the deeper we go into all this, the more suspicious I get as well, especially with what we're seeing going on in China. Now, we've seen so many people just snatched, kicking, screaming, fighting, and not looking like they're sick at all. Not at all. But they're plucked out of society and supposedly taken to these camps where they're quarantined. But is that all that's going on here, really? Is there anything else going on as well?
Kigali is spelled Kigali, named after a town in Rwanda where in the vicinity 1 million people were killed in 90 days and the UN stood by and did nothing. The UN will be our oppressors if we are allowed to be maneuvered into this position. The Kigali Principles were signed by President Obama in December of 2016. John Kerry, then Secretary of State, also signed his name. And the Kigali Principles basically state, and I'll paraphrase, that if the UN, based on their own say-so and their own judgment, decide that a country has sufficient unrest, they can bring in troops from 29 nations who are signatories to that agreement and militarily impose their will on that particular country. And it doesn't discount the fact that they can do regime change, a coup d'etat. How much force will they use? Well, that's not discussed in Kigali Principles either. But I want you to hear me and hear me clearly. You're saying why the UN truck sighting is a big deal? Because of the Kigali Principles. It could be the vehicles and personnel of your enslavement. We are at a real crossroads. I never thought things would move this fast.
I'm here at an undisclosed location in Hagerstown, Maryland, that a convoy of UN armored vehicles and an entire unit is here. I have excellent drone footage that will show you that entire unit. What I have behind me and what you can see are these shipping containers that say UN. They're white shipping containers that say UN.
This part of the program is called Forces of Peace. This is the original music. Please pay close attention.
an invitation to an event that promised to be, quote, an occasion for exclusive deal-making. It said, quote, the opportunities for mutually beneficial economic development between China and our individual states are tremendous, end of quote. Deal-making sounds like it might have come from President Trump, but the invitation was actually from a former governor. I was being invited to the U.S.-China Governors Collaboration Summit. It was an event co-hosted by the National Governors Association and something called the Chinese People's Association for Friendship and Foreign Countries. Sounds pretty harmless. What the invitation did not say is that the group I just mentioned, is the public face of the Chinese Communist Party's official foreign influence agency, the United Front Work Department. Now, I was lucky. I was familiar with that organization from my time as the director of the Central Intelligence Agency. But it got me thinking, how many of you made the link between that group and Chinese Communist Party officials? What if you made a new friend while you were at that event? What if your new friend asked you for introductions to other politically connected and powerful people? What if your new friend offered to invest big money in your state, perhaps in your pension, in industries sensitive to our national security? These aren't hypotheticals. These scenarios are all too true, and they impact American foreign policy significantly. Indeed, last year, a Chinese government-backed think tank in Beijing produced a report that assessed all 50 of America's governors on their attitudes towards China. They labeled each of you friendly, hardline, or ambiguous. I'll let you decide where you think you belong. Someone in China already has. Many of you, indeed, in that report are referenced by name. So here's the lesson. The lesson is that competition with China is not just a federal issue. It's why I wanted to be here.
I've never seen this. That was in Ohio. And this one's closed because of sick teachers and bus drivers. not the kids. Well, I'm not sure how that makes it better. But this one, so for some East Tennessee schools, the decision to close last week came down to a number of adults who were absent more than a number of students. But then this other one says like 20 Tennessee schools. And I haven't even pressed the next page yet.
And so, the plot thickens. So we see the WHO Director General tweets, "We are mobilizing the UN. The blue helmets are coming." This is out of IntelliHub. World Health Organization Director General Tedros sent out a tweet on Friday admitting that the United Nations is being mobilized. This means UN troops will rove and police various nations of the world, including the U.S. So what do you guys make of that?
Shalom, Israel's the brother Bakala Wallam here with another hopeful, edifying video for the body of Yahweh Shem YAHAWAHSHI. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem YAHAWAHSHI Shem Rakakadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders I learned this truth from, the men of GMS and the brethren in the like-minded doctrine. And shalom to the Akim and to the Aqua. See the video there, the UN troops, the elders and the apostles and the brethren all down from GMS kept saying it's going to be, it's going to be martial law. The UN troops is going to basically, regulate this country here, because, and you see the power, it's already set in play. The law is already passed. When Obama was in office, he signed this particular bill stating like, unrest the people, basically the UN can come in. So I want to get this in Revelations 12 and 12, and it reads, "Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them, and woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time." And that devil is none other than the self-proclaimed white man, Esau Edom. So I want to also get this out of Second Ezra's 15. Second Ezra's 15 and verse 4. Start at verse 14. It reads, "Woe to the earth and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes. In the course of their actions, shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city, and shall not be able, for because of their pride the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods, because of the lack of bread, for great tribulations." That's what's going on. That's that civil unrest. Because you already see the store shelves are getting scarce. The supermarkets. I just made a video about that yesterday. Matter of fact, I made a video. A lady had a video showing the scarcity of items in the grocery stores. So that's been happening for some time now. The scarcity of items, that's going to come back again, and also these lockdowns is going to come back again. People probably going to protest and riot, and there's going to be unrest. So yeah, that's right there, man. Like we right there at the door. The beginning of sorrows. I think that's all I had to cover for this lesson. So I hope the body of Yahweh Shem YAHAWAHSHI will edify. I want to say, "Call Holayim La Yahweh Shem YAHAWAHSHI Shem Rakakadash." And Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah YAHAWAHSHI, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah YAHAWAHSHI, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah YAHAWAHSHI. And Shalom till next time. Yahawah Ratazah.